Hello, dear viewers. Namaskar. Welcome to Moksha Media. You are with Moksha Hiramat. We are celebrating the Kannada Rajyotsava month. The month of November in every year is the month of celebration of Kannada Rajyotsava. On 1st November of 1956, the states were reorganized on the basis of language, and Karnataka was also reorganized on 1st November 1956. So, November is considered a symbolic month for the celebration of Kannada Rajyotsava. The Karnataka state was reorganized not on its own. In the year 1956, other states were also reorganized on the basis of language. You know, before the unification of Karnataka, it was split into 5 divisions. They were Kodagu, princely state of Mysore, Madras Presidency, Bombay Presidency, and Nizam state. Karnataka was distributed in these 5 organizations, in these 5 provinces. So, Urdu, Marathi, and Kannada were the languages of these provinces at that time. More than these languages, English was at its whole and soul. It was considered a a language of opportunity, a language of rulers. Generally, the language of rulers will become the languages of to be ruled. Directly or indirectly, the English language was dominant at that time. Of course, in so many eras, Kannada faced so many challenges. It faced the challenge of Sanskrit, the challenge of Persia, the challenge of Urdu, English, Marathi, and other languages also. It successfully faced them and has its own identity in its development. of a language and culture. So at the time of states reorganization and before the reorganization, so many persons contributed a lot to the organization, unification and development of Kannada language and Karnataka. Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was one of them. Most of us don't know the name of Karpoora Shrinivas Rao that much. Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was an activist of Kannada. In the last days of 19th century, by profession he was an engineer. Of course, Karpoora was his surname. It had its own story. The ancestors of Shrinivas Rao once went to have a darshana of Tirupati Timmappa. At that time, they burned camphor from the base of Tirupati hill to the top of hill. From that time onwards, people called them Karpoora and on. So, the surname Karpoora or the initial of Karpoora was added to their family. Karpoora Subba Rao was the father of Karpoora Shrinivas Rao. Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was born in 1863 AD. His ancestors were rich, but at the time of Karpoora Shrinivas Rao, that richness had gone away from them. Karpoora Shrinivas Rao faced so many problems, even to study and continue his education. Of course, he was born in Bangalore. Then he went to Pune for further study. He had his BSc at Pune, at the College of Pune. At that time, it was inevitable. Everyone who wanted to have further education should go to Pune. And Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was not an exception to this. So he went to Pune, he had his BSc education, then he got the degree of LCE, a course in the engineering. Gopalakrishna Gokhale was his classmate in engineering at Pune. But Gopalakrishna Gokhale did not continue his engineering as he was involved in the freedom struggle. Sir Mokshagundam Vishweswaraya was 2 years senior to Karpoora Shrinivas Rao. So, all of them were very familiar. After having LCE degree in engineering, Karpoora Shrinivas Rao joined as engineer in the Bombay Presidency. At that time, that area was under the British and named it as Bombay Presidency. Karpoora Shrinivas was an engineer by profession, but a literary lover by his attitude. Even in Bombay Presidency, he thought of Kannada, Karnataka and its culture. He was promoted as a chief engineer and served there until his retirement in Bombay Presidency. And after his retirement, the princely state of Mysore appointed him as the chief engineer of Mysore province. The Kannada Sahitya Parishad, that is the literary council, Kannada Literary Council, was started, and Karpoora Shrinivas was the vice president of Kannada Literary Council. Royal family members were the honorary presidents of Kannada Literary Council. So the sole responsibility of working laid on the shoulder of Karpoora Shrinivas. So he drew a design of Kannada Sahitya Parishad building. He himself supervised the construction of Kannada Sahitya Parishad building in Chamarajapete in Bangalore. Now it is called Chamaraja Kannada Parishad Mandir. Not only that, Karpoora Shrinivas prepared a layout of Chamarajapete and he executed it also. He donated 1,000 rupees for the publication of Kannada books at that time. The amount of 1,000 is not of that much nowadays. We think that it is a little amount nowadays. But at the time of 1880 or 1863, it was a big amount because 1 rupee was equivalent to $1 at that time. It becomes a crores of rupees nowadays. So anyhow, Karpoora Shrinivas donated 1,000 rupees for the publication of Kannada books. Not only that, he played a dominant role in the execution of Krishnarajasagara Dam. So, not only this, he was also a writer. He had some books to his credit. He published Sahitya Shastra, that is literary doctrines, Vidyakara Bhushana, Dhanarjaniya Krama, that is the method of earning money, Artha Sadhane, the achievement of economy, then Harishchandra Charitre and Deshabhimana, and Sadhana Prakashiki are the works written by Karpoora Shrinivas Rao. He was in the era of freedom struggle. He always used Khadi. Khadi was a part and parcel of in those days, and Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was not an exception to this. So, like this, Karpoora Shrinivas Rao was not only a Kannada activist, but he was a builder of Karnataka and of nation. But now, so many of us don't know that much of Karpoora Shrinivas Rao. Even we celebrate Kannada Rajyotsava in the month of November every year, but most of them don't remember his name. There are so many persons who worked for Kannada and Karnataka. That Karnataka reorganization has its own history in the history of India. So many persons fought for it. So many persons sacrificed for it. And we have to remember such persons one by one in this month. Of course, whether you celebrated it on 1st November or in the month of November, that is a kind of remembrance and that is a kind of gratitude to those persons who reconstructed and who advanced the cause of Kannada language and its culture. So, persons like Karpoora Shrinivas Rao contributed a lot for the advancement of Karnataka. So, it is our bounden duty to remember such persons. I have made a little effort to remember such a person. See you in the next episode. Thank you. Namaskar.